Okay, well, we're back. Uh, my father made sure that, my power goes out. Oh, thank God it says auto saves. There we go. Yeah, apparently when he plugs in his air conditioner, the power drops. And he knows that, but he still does it while I'm streaming, so that's great. Okay, well, thanks. Sure, why not? Say nothing. Okay, shut up. Each song is a reminder of what my father did to me and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea that I'll be forced to succumb to the pressure the way he did in the end. The way that fear and anger filled him up, the way and they came bursting out, the way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. Yeesh. It's harder to think about revenge. The dragon inside me, it's doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it, even though it gives me strength. I must maintain control. You're stronger than he ever was, I'm sure of it. I appreciate that, Sumu. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing. In life, in love, this world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use a little assist in reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. You know, having your body contorted into this vengeful poses really does a number on my joints. It rubs the lotion on its skin. Ready? Look at the fucking foot. No. How did I miss her foot? God, these are fast skill checks. Well, I suppose that the lotion made it to where it was supposed to be going eventually. It wasn't too incredibly wasteful. I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there is a next time, I'm sure it'll do even better. Okay. You look up at the lighthouse, it's ominous dark from hovering above its moment between spirit and yourself. Evil as it really is. In this case, it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst of black light that rescue you from its awkward silence. What? From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows, itself a thing of death, a spirit of a ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. A tattered black flag whips in the ocean above the sheep as it careens towards the shore. Before crashing on the rocks, it must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. You hear the distant shouting of sailors as the old wooden ghost ship breaks up and sinks into the water. Alright, it does that sometimes too. Should we, do something? Nah, the shark will take care of it. Within a minute, the ocean is quiet again except for the waves. Note to self, hungry sharks. But these time-traveling pirates, or whoever they were, you're half sure you saw one of those skull and crossbow flags. Aren't the only ones drawn here today. It's Wraith. He has emerged from the palm trees behind you. I didn't come to break up your date or something. I came here for that. Wraith points to the lighthouse. It is indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining its strange light on me. I can't avoid it. Through woods and walls, nothing seems to stop it from reaching out to me. Duh, it's a haunted lighthouse. It does it to everyone at some point. You're no more special than me, those dead pirates, or that mermaid I saw was up on shore that one time. Ew. Ew? Mermaids, by the way, aren't even close to as beautiful in person as they are in movies. More sea witch than underwater princess, if you get my drift. It's all part of a vast conspiracy. An epic river of lies that runs beneath the island or something. I'm pretty sure I figured it all out. The basics anyhow. If you're going with me, you can get cut. Spirit waves her katana, nearly trimming a couple of buttons off of Wraith's tropical top. He takes the hint and backs away a few steps slowly. For the quiet guy, he never really shuts up. Okay, be that way, you'll see. Alone at last, tension broken, deathly moans quiet, and Wraith banished back to wherever he hangs out. You scooch closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp, foggy air that seems to emanate from her. It's not quite clear how that whole fog thing works, but you don't even care. You're feeling this one. I'm getting high off of Spirit's gases. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She has to adjust her robe. We get a peek at her bathing suit beneath. For someone who seems intent on proving how little she cares about everyone's things, she's put a lot of work into getting into that suit. It's got straps for days. However, you're so focused on what's happening with Spirit, you don't see the next interruption coming. And Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt whatever you were doing. It doesn't seem like they were worried that bump into much. We're here to make a very dramatic announcement. Well, technically we're here to invite you to join us back to the beach, where we'll be making a very dramatic announcement. It's hard being the producers and the hosts. Aren't survivors supposed to work in groups of 4? When you arrive at the beach, you realize you were set up. Despite promising an announcement, Dwight and Claudette simply stand quiet. This isn't all what was promised. Wait a minute, there's no announcement here. Well, there is on me. Yet, my dearest friend, I told you to get lost. Don't you see? Lost is what I am, and so are you. But I know the way out. I've got a map back in my secret lair, literally and figuratively. Yeah, I know the difference. Well, good. That's why you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of the night with me instead. You've got a secret lair? Damn it. Who said anything about a secret lair? I should have got sap in my secret hair. There's a flap on my secret chair. Don't change the subject. Oh shit, he's on fire. How do you do that? Don't ask me what he's talking about. You're trying to make a mess the first nice day I've had it. I don't know how long, because it's been not even clear what a year is, but in a while. Sorry, this something stuck in my throat. I'm not about to be ditched for the likes of you. It's not me messing things up, and like I keep trying to tell you, it's this dang island. I've come here to accept a difficult truth. What's happening here? Well, I'm convinced that it's our fate. It's not everyone's decisions. It's simply the way it will be. There's no use fighting it. What would you even know by fighting? All you do is hiding a little spooky little secret hair and crying like a baby while ringing a little bell. So don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was born a fighter. A dragon lives inside me. I can't not fight, even when all I might want to do is hide. Do you see this giant hat? It's a metaphor. If I do have a fate, my fate is to win every fight that comes my way. Got it? That's why she's overpowered. Folks? Oh, you hide. I've seen you hide. You do your little phage walking routine. What do you call that? It's basically cloaking. We all know what cloaking is, a type of hiding. Folks? You cloak. I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I phase out in the open. You just can't see me. I have no idea what they're talking about, but this sure sounds like some video game community forum thread minutiae if this is a thing. Not that you wouldn't know about it either. Yep. It sure doesn't seem like Dwight and Glenn are going to stop this, so it's on you. I think I was brought here to make this choice, so I'm gonna do that now. And I choose... When it comes down to it, neither of these two seems easy to love. I mean, damn, Spirit literally has broken glass shards sticking out of her. But she has a certain charm to her gloom. Spirit and I were actually having a nice time. Besides, if it's my fate to end up on this island, well, to hell with fate, really. I don't take this wrong way, Wraith, but the amount of awkwardness you pack in a single day... No wonder you're so skinny. Oh, that second guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. What the fuck, myself? No offense taken. It's yeah, okay, it's true. I can be a little awkward, I guess, sometimes. Right. So I'm gonna stick with Spirit. God damn. Spirit breathes a sigh of relief. I've got enough revenge to do without having to kill you and Wraith too. True. Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that you discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with this journey. A cherry tree. It's a small sapling, but it has begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here in this place. It also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so you just accept it. As Spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze pulls some petals off and they come cascading through the air around both of you. Do you know the meaning of the cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, the meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you, my lady? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical, they're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away, and for this reason they're also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's a specter of looming death that calls attention to this special moment. See and appreciate life. How does a duality make you feel, Sumu? Empowered. The knowledge that life and death are a cycle has always given me peace. Accepting the fleeting nature of life, like the beauty of a flower in bloom, allows me to appreciate the moment without being too hung up on what happens next. Spirit has been trying this against the state of death with no hope but cycle mouth blossoming life gone. Scared time will decay. That's the good part of that spirit's eternity. No. No. Once the fallen cherry blossoms represented the souls of samurai warriors, those with noble characters, those who did not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor the emperor. Their lives were short, but their Don't do that pose, man. I'm gonna have me act up. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held the swords and struck down to their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on with me in my noble bloodline, my life has ended, but my death continues to stretch on. This cycle is frozen. This cherry tree, it's not real. Though its petals fall, they soon replenish. It's as if it was installed here by someone. By something, with no respect for the balance of life and death. We're sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. But this time we got a really good reason. It has nothing to do with it being manipulated by an unseen force, because that's definitely not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. We're just here to tell you that it's time for dinner, silly. Get it while it's hot. I guess it's time to go, or whatever. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too. Hell yeah, baby. One step closer to the spirit who see you. Let's go. What a fun day we've been having. We can see it written all over your face. You're shining. And that's all the remaining actions went from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No, you really are feeling the whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll tip your dirty little secrets. But enough, gentle ribbon. It's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. I'm not gonna do the gag where we cram them all on the screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here. They're just as sexy and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone's being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, for getting this far. I'm not surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. However, since Trapper seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws caution on the wind and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murder's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do any better than that. If I'm dining solo, I'm eating what I want, you're all eating it too. Lamb shank, rare, salt, pepper, no sauce allowed, and served with one single piece of broccoli so Wraith won't complain. I like broccoli. Gives a horrible gas. Oh, I don't like that. Buddy, wait till you smell the rare lamb dust my bowels. It's awesome. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you rather share your day with the rest of the group? True. Be coy. I like koi fish. Or do a date. More like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. That's exactly right. I could not have said anything of Violet better myself. Spirit is clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprise, she doesn't like people getting her business. Jack let her bring out your dinner, everyone eats in silence, no one trusts anyone now, and they're all very tired. Oh wait, no, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bony appetite. Thank you. Did you mean bon? No. Almost everything served here has a lot of bones in it, even the vegetables. I said appetite because it said bone. I know it's bon appetit, I was saying. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back, clean up a table. Then they go around you as they pick up your plate. Take your napkin and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Your top-notch service is much appreciated. In fact, here. For us, just for doing our jobs. And you kindly. I guess I gave them a tip. Everyone, if you would be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is gonna happen. Something big is already happening in my pants. We've been told something big, yeah, something will change everything. You go willingly, and you can go unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies. Do you have a choice on how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and immediately regret how I did. Again, something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates the soul. I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smokes are my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean not my eyes, because of childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving toward the fire pit. If only to get away from Wraith's complaining. Take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for other killers to take their places, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Well, narrate or tell a story. I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think, are they allowed to simply place down my mind like this? It doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. True. Oh, cool. And now everyone is looking at you. Oh, you know, do something. Can I pick someone to tell a story? We could play charades, boggle. Oh, well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Wraith points his spined skull staff thingamajig at you. You back out of its way. Who knows what the thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Try not to bore us. We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now you can tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Soon was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Alright, I'll tell a story. So I'm going to tell a story. I hope it's not a mystery. Okay. What type of story do you want to tell? Let's go with some... I want to say adventure. About two lovers who take poison together and die foaming at the mouth? Or about two strong hunters who meet when they both try to bulge on the same wily Wolverine. Not quite. It's about my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting. She'd been dragged there by some friends. They couldn't have been more different, and yet, as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major. Women's studies. I love women. I sure fucking do. They were married within 2 months. Bit soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think? And so sweet. Exactly. I learned a lot about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love could spark from a mere look across a campfire. Now you've got their attention. It's Gilbert's furiously attempt to catch your eye from across the fire pit. Extract for Trickster was wandered over to the bar and is loudly playing his own music on headphones to drown you out. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad, sorry. But this narrator keeps it real. We can't just end here. What else would like to hear a story from tonight? I go with... You're a little buggy, huh? I'm just gonna go spirit. I suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but I think I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in this group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who's dead now and can't do anything about it. It's called The Bride, technically I suppose the fiancé. One winter, a young couple decided that next spring they would marry. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful shabby chic farmhouse. Together, they spent months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating agreements, tasted 100 cakes before setting up the perfect one. They chose Lilycoy, by the way, so fancy. Hey Google! Hey Google! You piece of shit, you open it when I don't need you, but you don't open now that I do? What's Lilycoy? Hawaiian word for passion fruit. Oh, Jesus Christ. So fancy. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, the fiancé, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much the entire relationship, so he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancé decided that she would create unique floral arrangements from the local windflowers that surround their farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the next day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day, she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found, and prepared to pick them herself in the morning of the wedding, so that they would be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods she'd served, the bride, the fiancé, I don't know, fiancé, since they had not yet been married, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were, so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancé told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in a beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow, it was more beautiful now than it had ever been before. And just on the edge of her view, there was a new bush filled with blossoms, so vibrant and colorful she became dizzy just by looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower. And every time she did, she noticed further ahead, and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the fiancé kept farther and farther into the woods, and she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen trunk tree, and realized she had been there before. But this wasn't the clear she remembered, or at least not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from the stems into festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had what intoxicated her, the odor of mildew, now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into a showery glen. Quagmire? She walked and walked and walked. That day, as guests gathered in the farmhouse, the fiancée was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, into the forest, but there were no beautiful windflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed fiancé for eternity. Whatever. It started a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see what you are loved for who you are. Out there all alone. But it was beautiful and sad. It was like someone we know. How was the story time? A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more of a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off an individual installment and builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, Sumu, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that, we don't actually care, we're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. God forbid my small talk get in the way of a romantic Twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get back to the thing we do when wherever we're not on screen. Okay, okay. You have fun tonight and try not to wink wink end up dead. Why do you say the word wink wink out loud? What kind of double entendre are you getting at with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except Spirit. She doesn't really belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear someone trash-talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do we say we take this talk to the hot tub so we can soak up this spot while the rest that goes with some killer hot takes? Please, enough of talk with the burns. Things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to little fire. Must they be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turn and run as far away from this place as we could, just you and me? On the spindle legs, you're probably tired before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded Sumu is after, they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Oh, I want to be between those legs, man. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant structure. That's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice and it's completely logical. That's also poking fun at the fact that she's like 6'5", and just pure muscle and goes on, you know, and less slower than the other killers. This is not a 4.4, it's a 4.2 killer. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something luckily sourced while thumping through a public domain novella printed on a recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. What the fuck have they done to Spirit? It's like just actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on or just me? Thanks for the information, Trapper. Yeah, despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. After going, I don't know, let's pick one of us, maybe we could all move on with our lives, or you know, some special project we'll have going. I mean... Which killer would you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Chengsu because of that guy. It's obviously gonna be Spirit. Spirit? Oh, you picked me. Yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make for interesting company, and I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs, even if I hate the game and the prize. But I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet, sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. So don't stop bringing your A game, alright? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task, not worth a trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everything you've got. Or to say the exact right thing at the right time and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. Thing with the bar, I guess. It's a lot of talking. Can I just save? Yes. Oh, wow, there's a lot of files. Holy shit. Okay. That's all I can do. That's a lot of fucking talking. But what we're gonna do actually right now is go ahead and watch. Oh. Never mind. I thought DBD was streaming something about the new PTB. It's just Hooked on You. And it's also a rerun? It's also a rerun. Okay, well, fuck that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'll be gone because my throat is dead. I'm listening for 2 hours, right? Yeah, a little bit over 2 hours. I think that's gonna be how we do this game. Because I cannot talk too much longer. Anyway, see you tomorrow.